Good morning here in Kuwait. It's another beautiful 4 a.m. heading to work. You gotta do what you have to until you can do what you want to. So my daily 12 hours pays for my dream and also paves the way for my future, because I constantly put effort into building, and these videos is trying to essentially take some of you guys with me, even though I don't think a lot of you guys out there pay attention or have the intelligence to understand the research that I do and the powerful information that I put out in terms of strategies of the super rich. Sometimes you have to feed your brain with information, and if you take the time to study, the more you feed your brain, the more you can implement that new information and turn it into knowledge and hopefully evolve it to wisdom. So I definitely wish you guys blessings, wish you guys positive vibes and energy. I just am pointing out the fact that nonsense go viral and real information people scroll past. So that's what I mean by the statement I just meant, or I just said. Somebody gave some interesting advice. They said, you know what, take your income tax return and make it get a job. You know, I always talk to you guys in these videos about making your money get a job so that it works harder for you than you had to work in order to get it. And that's actually a strategy of the super rich, because they don't work for money, they make money work for them. So if you were smart enough and disciplined enough to take your tax return and invest it in a business, put it into a turnkey franchise leverage-based system that allows your money to multiply, then instead of being behind next year, you might find yourself with business returns or rewards for making that kind of sacrifice and that kind of discipline with your tax return. That's a suggestion on the very few, because I always say, if you knew better, you do better. And what people mostly do is go spend their lump sum of money on some sort of liability that doesn't add anything back into their house. You see, my New Year's resolution about 3 years ago was to spend money on things that make money. And when I said that, it didn't have any gravitational pull, like it didn't resonate in people's spirit, but it's something that I live my life by, and it's the decision that I'm more adept at now than even 3 years ago when I made the statement. So the idea is to participate in decentralized networks. Now think about the word decentralized networks. Think about that concept, because I'm gonna title this video The Benefits of Decentralization. So a decentralized network means independent people who come together and make a network. So if you think about your computer connected to the internet, you understand the concept that your individual computer is what makes up the network called the web. So that's a part of decentralization. But if you apply the same decentralized concept of the web to money, or to the personal economy that's most important, the one in your house, then you will begin to understand cryptocurrency, which is secure digital money. Now, the very first cryptocurrency was Bitcoin. And whether you understand what Bitcoin is or not, Bitcoin will do to money what email did to the post office. Your choice is to become a pioneer and participate in the ground floor and then reward yourself in the momentum phase, or find out about it later, like the credit card, when it becomes commonplace and you pretty much have to have a credit card to participate in the economic world. You see, because disruptive technology advances to the point where it forces you to participate in it at some point in time. So you can read about it later, or you can profit from it now. Early pioneers are always rewarded because they position themselves in the wealth transfer, and money runs quickly towards them when the momentum phase happens and inflationary markets cause safe haven money to run into Bitcoin. And then, because Bitcoin is a supply and demand market, you're going to find yourself with the value of Bitcoin going up. And because each wallet is its own bank within the Bitcoin decentralized network, when Bitcoin goes up in value, you see it in your wallet. If fiat money goes up in value, you don't see it at all because the bank sees it. So you have to ask yourself, do you want to become your own bank? Or do you want to continue to support the banking system or banking cartel? Because one system empowers you, decentralized networks. The other system bends you over with no Vaseline and rapes you because it's a Ponzi scheme designed to siphon money out of your pocket through devaluation, taxation. So you never get ahead of inflation. If you want to survive in the 21st century, you have to participate in decentralized networking, where you buy with cash, with fiat, you convert from the lowest form of money to the highest form of money, being gold, silver, and Bitcoin. It's only the people who are smart enough to understand what I just said that will find themselves with 1,000 or more % gains as the asset of Bitcoin, gold, and silver responds to inflationary safe haven money. And that's a fact. And you don't have to take my word for it, because time will prove it to be true. What you have to do is make a decision on the financial prosperity of the most important economy, the one that's in your house. So there's two strategies in Bitcoin. You can buy it or convert to it from fiat to Bitcoin by point-click transfer via an exchange, and then hold it in a cold storage, which simply means a wallet that's offline. Or you can invest it in a leveraged system, a turnkey business that multiplies your Bitcoin. Now, what I do is I multiply my Bitcoin, and then eventually I'm going to get into cold storage, because it's a long-term solution that provides me with financial security, a hedge against inflation, and allows me to become my own bank. So I'm going to encourage you to do the same thing. And I'm going to make a call to action for anyone out there listening to this video. Contact me. I will show you 7 systems that I use to make my money multiply. 3 for Bitcoin, 3 for gold and silver, and 3 for mining cryptocurrency every single day. And that's the factual side of making a decision to position yourself for a better future.